talking a little bit more about, obviously we're putting in the miles. You guys have races that you're using to train up to these key A races. So I'd like to continue the conversation talking about how to mentally prepare for these races that are coming up and use them to your advantage for that A race.
You find races that you think will replicate parts of the marathon. So you want to be able to run when you're tired, when you're exhausted. So you pick a 10K and you start going and you go fairly hard. So you know by the time you get to like 7K, maybe 8K, you're just about done. Then you have to be able to figure out how to get yourself through that last 2 kilometers, because it's going to be here. Rarely does a person's physical self give out. I mean, sometimes you get a cramp, sometimes a knee, whatever. But most of the time, what gives out is there. You're going to go, and you're going to go, and then you're going to go, oh, God, I can't do this. 21 miles, 22 miles, if you really run well. If somebody says to me, oh, I had the best time doing that marathon, I look at him and say, he didn't run hard enough. You shouldn't say that. I mean, you're just doing a walk in the park. That's not running a marathon. You know, that's me, I guess. But anyway, so you're going to go through all that stuff at the very end. And as you get to the end, there's another thing to think about. When you get to maybe a half mile to go, what happens? Everybody has this kind of like a collapse. Your adrenaline goes down, your brain slows down. Thank God I'm done. But you're not. You still got another half mile to go. There was the World Triathlon Championships, a guy named Jonathan Brownlee was going to win that and win the World Championships if he won that race. He had maybe, I don't know, 300-400 yards to go. Where did he wind up? Boom! On the deck. Because he could see the finish line, he knew he was there, and he went, ah. And my wife, just before that, had noticed his leg was kind of going a little funny. And as soon as his adrenaline level, as soon as that goal of getting across the finish line left, he went down. So you need to practice going to the end of a race and finishing the darn race and not stopping before you get there.
Practice how you want to finish. And one of the best ways to do that is to do a little mini slice down at the end of your long run. So you have your long run pace, whatever that is. In the last 2 miles or 3 miles, practice taking a little bit of time off that pace. So for example, if you're a 10-minute miler and that's your goal pace for marathon, spend the last 2 to 3 miles slicing down a little bit, 10 seconds per mile, 15 seconds per mile, 20 seconds per mile, and then really push hard for that last half a mile. You'll finish strong and you'll feel more confident that your body can respond, because that's one of the things that people think, oh, I'm never going to be able to kick across the finish line, or I'm just so tired. From a metabolic standpoint, your fast twitch when you're running a marathon is still more accessible than your slow twitch, because you haven't burned it out, you haven't been using it. So if you've got a little more fast twitch at the end and you train with it, you'll be in good shape. When Ann Trayson, who still owns the women's world record for the 100-mile time, was asked how she could possibly run 100 miles, she said, I'm not running 100 miles, to which everybody got immediately concerned about her mental state at the start of the Western States Endurance Run. And she said, I'm running 1 mile 100 times. Run the mile that you're in. Don't worry about the one behind you. Don't worry about the one in front. Just focus on the one that you're in.